We've received a marriage proposal. It's from the young president of Iroha Inc., and she specifically requested a meeting with you, Hiroto.
I can finally take off this disguise.
Huh?
Hiro, you did so well.
Thanks, Mom. The moments wrapped in my mother's warmth were so comforting and happy. It's no exaggeration to say that those times were the best moments of my life back then. As a child, still young enough to sleep beside my mother, I never could have imagined it. That my mother, warmer than anything in this world, would suddenly turn cold and fall into an eternal sleep. In the summer when I was 7, the cicadas seemed to cry unusually loud that year. At this rate, no matter how much I cry to the sky, Mom won't be able to hear me. As I was lost in tears over my mother's death, the summer sky was cruelly bright, tightening its grip on my heart until it ached. Leaving my heart, the heart of Hiroto Saejima behind, my father soon brought home a new mother. Hiroto, this is your new mother.
It's nice to meet you, Hiroto.
I don't remember her face well from that time. My young mind couldn't keep up with what was happening, but... And you are?
Oh, this is your new little brother. 4 years younger than you, Fuyuki.
Fuyuki, who had just turned 3, was holding the new mother's hand. The idea of a little brother, a creature I'd never encountered before, sparked a little interest in me. But that little brother, who once seemed to sparkle, grew to despise me as he got older and started to understand things. Mom, my big brother is bullying me.
Oh, how terrible! Bullying little Fuyuki. You're such a bad boy. You poor thing.
I didn't do anything.
What? Now you're making excuses. I wonder how a child could turn out like this. Your ex-wife must not have been a very good mother, was she?
Yeah, you might be right. Dad, why? Why would you say something bad about Mom? Because I was a bad kid, my beloved mother was made out to be the villain. Even my father, whom my mother loved, spoke ill of her. If Mom heard that, she would be so sad. It wasn't until I was a little older that I realized my father was just trying to not upset his new wife. And so, for 20 years, I spent my days being treated coldly and shunned by my new family. 5 years after I started working as an employee at my father's company, Saejima, it was the summer I turned 27. We've received a marriage proposal. It's from the young president of Iroha Inc., and she specifically requested a meeting with you, Hiroto. Huh? For a moment, Fuyuki looked frustrated by her father's words, but as he snatched the matchmaking photo to look at it, his expression changed to a smug grin. I see. This is perfect. You're more than enough to handle an ugly woman, right? Yes, I didn't miss the look of disgust on Fuyuki's face when he saw the photo of the potential bride. She's obviously a plain woman, drab and unadorned. Even if she is a company president, this is just impossible. If someone like me were to marry a woman like that, all the beautiful women in the world would weep. I could tell exactly what he was thinking, and then...
That's right. Fuyuki deserves a more glamorous and talented beauty. I'm so glad it's not Fuyuki.
My stepmother, who always does whatever her beloved Fuyuki says, also had a satisfied smile on her face. You're right. I'll arrange a marriage meeting with a better woman for Fuyuki. Hiroto, she's the young president of the fast-growing Iroha Inc. This isn't a bad deal for Saejima either. Just as Dad says, it's a marriage that benefits Saejima. That's what it means to know your place, big brother. Yes, I understand. I'll gladly accept. By this point, I had accepted that my father was an alien whose only mission was to please my stepmother, so I had given up. I didn't have a single thought of refusing. Afterward, as my brother and stepmother laughed at the woman in the photo, calling her plain and ugly, I felt a sharp pain in my chest.
It's a pleasure to meet you. My name is Kaede Sugishita.
With her glasses and braids, and minimal makeup even for a marriage meeting, she was, just as I'd imagined, a reserved woman on the inside as well. I'm Hiroto Saejima. It's a pleasure to meet you. When I replied with a smile, her gaze seemed to be studying me intently.
I'm sorry. I'm just a little nervous.
Kaede kept the conversation to a minimum, but I found her reserved nature to be quite comfortable.
I'm sorry for such a presumptuous request. Asking for a marriage meeting out of the blue.
No. I was happy about it, so it's really okay. Since I'll be joining your company, I intend to do my best in any way I can.
Oh, thank you so much.
Kaede spoke earnestly, though timidly. As I would be marrying into her family, I would be changing jobs to work at her company. Leaving my father's company would be like completely cutting ties with my family, but I found myself thinking that was okay. Thank you for everything up until now.
Do your best over there. If there's any news that benefits this family, we'll be waiting for it.
After some discussion, it was decided that I would marry into Kaede's family. My stepmother and Fuyuki were smiling triumphantly, not even trying to hide it. The Saejima house, where I spent my childhood with my beloved mother, I was able to preserve it until today by searching for traces of her everywhere. Mom, thank you. If you were still here, would you have seen me off on my new journey with a smile and tears in your eyes? Kaede, I'm sorry. Sitting next to her in the back seat of the car on the way to her family home, I spoke up.
What for?
Well, it's hard to explain what exactly. Ever since we were seen off by the Saejima family, Kaede hadn't said a single word. In fact... she seems somewhat angry, doesn't she?
We'll be at the Sugishita house soon. You don't need to be nervous.
Yes, thank you. I hadn't told her about what kind of person I was at the Saejima house, but she might have noticed something. In Kaede's calm words, I sensed a subtle, understated kindness. After about a 30-minute drive, we arrived at the Sugishita residence, an impressive two-family home. In front of the house, her parents greeted us with warm smiles, and then... Nice to meet you. I'm Minato. I'm Kaede's cousin. He was tall and slender with a model-like build, a 20-year-old university student. Apparently, for certain reasons, he was living with Kaede's parents. I'm Hiroto. It's a pleasure to meet you. He's so handsome. His smile is dazzling.
You must be tired, right? Please make yourself at home. Now then.
As soon as we entered the house after a brief greeting, I felt a change in Kaede's atmosphere. Then...
I can finally take off this disguise.
Huh? The neatly done braids, the glasses that gave her a serious look. She slowly removed them with her own hands, and then... What?
Hey, would you mind not staring at me like that?
Appearing before me was the stunningly beautiful Kaede Sugishita. Her plain, reserved appearance was apparently just a facade.
Please don't shout. Is there a problem?
No, not a problem, but... Huh? Why? Seeing me flustered and blushing, Kaede thought for a moment, then slowly approached me.
Oh? strange. Our research suggested it would be better to approach you for a marriage meeting as a plain, timid, and reserved woman.
Research?
That expression, not bad. Perhaps you prefer this side of me?
Ha! The way she traced my chin with her index finger was so sensual that a strange sound escaped my lips. Afterward, once I'd calmed down, I sat down to talk with Kaede. I was just happy to have a marriage meeting with any woman, really. But if the proposal had come with you looking as you do now, I'm sure my brother wouldn't have passed the meeting on to me. He would have done anything to stop it.
I knew that, which is why I proposed the meeting in disguise.
What?
I told you, I had you investigated, and I quickly learned about how you were treated in your home. Ugh, that woman, President Saijima's second wife and your stepmother, doted only on your younger brother. Also, my investigation revealed that your brother has a thing for beautiful women. I hate to say it, but as I am now, I'm a beautiful woman.
Such confidence. She's so assertive and competitive, but that makes her even more wonderful.
And besides, I also learned that while you were treated horribly by your family, you are a talented person, trusted by the employees at Saijima.
Ugh.
That's precisely why I proposed this meeting to you. For certain reasons, I absolutely needed to marry a capable person from Saijima. I apologize for deceiving you. I'm sorry if I made you uncomfortable.
No, it's... please, let's get along from now on. And my life, which had been treated as useless until now, could be of service. I had no complaints at all. In fact, I was overflowing with gratitude. Well, having worked at the General Affairs Department at my previous job, I was assigned to the General Affairs Department at Iroha Inc. as well.
Oh, Hiroto, there's something in this document I was hoping you could explain.
Of course, this is... It's been 2 weeks since I started working here. The people at the company are kind, and have already accepted me.
His work is quick and thorough, and his consideration for others is impeccable. Even if part of it is because he's my husband, the president, the level of trust he's gained, there's no doubt about his character and competence.
It's not just work. My life at the Sugishita home is also going very smoothly. Mother-in-law, let me carry that for you. The Sugishita house has long been a two-family home, so I'm close enough to see my parents-in-law every day. Our living spaces are completely separate, but I make it a point to greet them whenever I see them outside the house like this. My mother-in-law doesn't say much, but she always has a kind, smiling demeanor. She's a good person.
Hiroto, are you still working this late?
Yes, I'm making a document for someone who helped me out at Saijima.
Making a document? Didn't you already finish the handover?
Of course, this is for an older person who helped me before, and isn't very good with computers. I thought I'd make them a manual. It's not that they asked me to. I was just worried about them. They're like a benefactor to me. One day, while living like this, I was invited out to drinks by my father-in-law. When I got home, Minato handed me a letter. Hiroto, this is a letter for you. Oh, thanks, Minato. Incidentally, I heard he was the one who conducted the investigation before our marriage meeting. Who's that letter from? It's from someone who helped me at my previous job. I just took the liberty of sending him that document the other day. A document, you say? Yes. Oh, good. It seems like it was helpful. It's filled with words of thanks. That makes me happy. After thanking him for delivering it, I headed back to my room.
There's no need to be suspicious. I saw him putting together a basic PC manual for his benefactor the other day.
Kaede, you heard? If that's the case, then I'm relieved. I don't think it would happen, but it would be a problem if you were secretly communicating with his family.
Yes, you're right. I'm keeping a close eye on him, so it's fine. But he has nothing to do with that matter. You understand that, right?
Of course, I know. For me, daily life here was the very picture of peace. With no one to treat me harshly, my heart had become calm. Kaede, if you have a moment, please take a look in the freezer later.
The freezer? Is there something in there?
Yes, it was hot today for September, so I tried making some ice cream using kudzu.
Kudzu? Did I ever mention it that I like it?
Actually, your mother told me. All of your favorite foods.
My mother? Why would you go to the trouble?
Well, I want to build a good home with you, Kaede, so you could call it my own investigation.
You're a strange one.
I'll have some, my cool wife said with a smile, looking as beautiful as ever. Far too beautiful for me.
That's right. I was just thinking of cooling down after my bath. Would you like to join me?
Yes, I'd love to. Having received this unexpected invitation, I went out to the garden, trying to contain my excitement. Every time the scent of her, fresh from the bath, drifted to me on the summer night breeze, my heart would pound.
How is life here? Is anything inconvenient?
Not at all. I think my heart hasn't been this calm since my mother was alive. At my quiet words, Kaede, for once, seemed at a loss for words, and she cast her gaze down sadly.
I knew about your circumstances, but to be honest, when we had our meeting, I didn't feel any sympathy for you.
Right. It wasn't that she liked me, but then again, maybe most arranged marriages are like that.
But, you know, now I don't like it.
Huh?
The fact that you were treated so coldly. Because I finally realized what a genuinely good person you are.
Kaede.
There's one thing I wanted to ask. Hiroto, do you have any lingering attachments to the Saejima family?
That question was surely a sign of her kindness, trying to understand my true feelings. Realizing this, I answered without hesitation. Not at all. I have no lingering feelings for that house. I was lucky to get the marriage proposal.
Hiroto.
As I gazed at her, thinking how I could get lost in the beauty of her usually assertive eyes as they wavered softly.
Shall we sleep together tonight?
Huh?
What's the big deal? We're husband and wife. There's no problem, is there? There are things I haven't told you that I want to share. You'll stay with me, won't you?
Since our wedding night, we hadn't really done anything couple-like, so I had completely let my guard down. But I could tell from her expression that the wall I'd felt between our hearts was starting to come down. Can I go take another shower? I'm worried about being sweaty.
Okay. Oh, you're so pure, it's almost funny. You're cute.
Although the calendar said it was autumn, the lingering summer heat still clung to our skin on this night. We finally, like a real married couple, fell asleep talking about all sorts of things through the long autumn night. Meanwhile, at the Saejima house.
Father-in-law. No, President. This is the new business proposal I've come up with for Saejima.
Fuyuki's business proposal would be good for the future of Saejima, dear. You'll approve of it, won't you?
Yes, of course. I'll consider it favorably.
We were lucky to get rid of that nuisance of a son, and now with this. This is how a man should be. Hiroto, there's something I'd like to confirm. Do you have a minute?
What is it, President? It's been almost a year since I started working at Iroha. By this time, Kaede had started to rely on me more and more at work.
Yes, I'm glad glad I listened to your opinion. Thank you as always, Hiroto.
Not at all. I'm happy to be of help to you, Kaede. After this is that meeting, right? I'll go get Monato's favorite tea cakes ready. Huh? Kaede? Suddenly, Kaede looked at me with a gentler gaze than usual and patted my head. And then...
Are you really okay? You're not pushing yourself too hard?
Yeah, of course. Don't worry. The reason she was so concerned about me, I would find that out a few months later.
Now, for agenda item number 3, we will have Mr. Fuyuki Saejima explain the proposal for the new business partnership and executive personnel changes.
Yes, this will be an innovative business that will shape the future of our company, in collaboration with a startup.
This was the Saejima shareholders meeting. Fuyuki, who was already an executive, was on the podium.
With this company will belong to my boy. If this agenda item is approved without a hitch, in the near future, Fuyuki will become the new president of Saejima.
That day, my stepmother, sitting in the guest section as the president's wife for the first time, smiled quietly to herself. But...
Excuse me.
the door opened, and the one who entered with a dignified air was Kaede. A stir went through the room, and all eyes turned to her, but Kaede was not one to be flustered by such things.
I wish to speak, as there is serious doubt concerning this agenda item.
What? What are you talking? Who are you, barging in like this?
That startup company, is it truly a company worthy of trust?
The word serious doubt caused an even bigger stir in the room. The shareholders present turned their harsh gazes on the management, starting with my father. I will allow you to speak.
You!
Perhaps unable to bear the stares from the crowd, my timid father as chairman gave his permission. My stepmother, in the guest seats in the back, cried out, but her voice did not stop the proceedings.
Regarding the proposed partner company for this new venture, we commissioned an investigation by a third-party organization. As a result, a serious fact came to light.
With the words, "Please look at this," the image on the screen changed.
In the bank account under the name of the representative of the related company involved in this new business, multiple suspicious deposits have been confirmed under the guise of investment. The name on the account is Mr. Fuyuki Saejima, who was just speaking on stage. And the provider of the funds is...
Sagiko Saejima? Who's that?
Oh, wait a minute. That person, I believe she's the president's new wife.
The name of the fund provider displayed on the screen was my stepmother's. In other words, my stepmother was providing funds to what Fuyuki called a startup company. A murmur spread through the venue, and my stepmother, whose name had been mentioned, turned deathly pale.
Well, what is this? It's all lies. They are not lies. We had a third party conduct a proper investigation. The current president's wife remittance records showing an unnatural flow of funds from an unclear source. And the results of an investigation into the actual state of the startup company in that new business proposal revealed it to be a shell company.
Yes, the representative of the startup company listed as an affiliate for the new business Fuyuki proposed was Fuyuki himself. And the truth was, it was a so-called dummy company, registered but with no actual business activities.
Hey, you! What's the meaning of this? An outsider just barging in? No one will believe a word you say. Is that so? As a new shareholder of Saejima, I hold voting rights. I acquired shares from multiple shareholders and became the top shareholder 1 month ago.
What? That's impossible. Saejima is a private company, and most of its shares should be held by executives, old-timers, and employees.
I simply bought shares from people who were dissatisfied with you, the president's wife. and the current state of Saejima. Hiroto, the reason I proposed marriage to you was because I was planning to take over Saejima.
On that beautiful moonlit night, Kaede confessed this to me in her room. I see. In that case, I'll help you, Kaede. I was treated coldly by my family, but everyone at Saejima was very good to me. I'm sure this is the better choice for their future. Even Kaede was taken aback by my unhesitating reply.
Hiroto, that PC manual you made was easier to understand than any book. Thank you. You're just like the late president's wife, a truly kind-hearted boy, to still care for and be kind to an old man like me.
The man who said this with a gentle smile was an old friend of my grandfather, a former executive of 84 years and a major shareholder in Saejima. After my grandfather passed away, he treated me like his own grandson.
With not only the late president's wife but also you gone, I worry for the future of Saejima.
When I spoke to him about the Saejima shares, he readily agreed, saying that if he were to transfer them to anyone, it would be me. In other words, through her investigation, she gathered evidence that my stepmother and brother were colluding to embezzle funds. Kaede's plan was to buy up shares in parallel and expose the truth at today's shareholders meeting. She had proposed the marriage meeting thinking that if she had me, someone trusted by the major shareholders, it would be advantageous for Iroha to gather shares, and for its future.
Yeah, impossible. Who are you anyway? Why are you doing this?
Just as Fuyuki, who seemed to be completely unaware of all this, shouted at Kaede. She's my wife?
Brother-in-law, why are you here? More importantly, your wife. Your wife is a much more plain and drab.
My wife is beautiful. She's strong, intelligent, and to me, she's more beautiful than any flower. Seeing me appear in the hall, many of the shareholders showed expressions of relief.
Hiroto! We were so worried when we heard you had left the Saejima family.
That's right. The late president's wife and you are what Saejima needed. Voices like these rose up one after another, and the hall was in an uproar, but I just smiled and calmly announced. Kaede, as planned, we reached a majority as of this morning.
I see. Thank you, Hiroto.
Majority? Don't tell me. You bought more shares?
I'm on the side of Iroha Inc. now, starting with Kaede. I just relied on the connections I treasured at Saejima, something I cherished since I wasn't blessed with a family. Yes, it was just this morning that the major shareholder, my grandfather's old friend, transferred his shares to me. Having him adjusted to the last minute was so we could get to the shareholder meeting without Saejima finding out.
Hey, you! I never heard anything about the top shareholder changing. Didn't you notice?
Well, I'm sorry.
My father muttered in a weak voice. Apparently, he had checked the shareholder registry shortly before the meeting, but he was certain it would displease his wife, so he couldn't bring himself to say anything before today. My stepmother's anguished scream of, "You deceived me," and Fuyuki, who had turned pale and frozen on the stage. The meeting proceeded nonetheless, and came to a close with Saejima being absorbed by Iroha Inc.
Glad to see it went well. Man, that was satisfying.
Seriously, it was a real serves you right moment. I wish you could have seen it, Minato.
After the meeting, Minato came to pick us up in the car. Although he was also involved in the Saejima takeover plan, he wasn't a shareholder, so he couldn't attend the meeting. However, after he heard what happened from Kaede, he seemed quite pleased with the result.
No, I'm good. I don't think I could have sat there calmly anyway.
Minato? The reason the marriage proposal came to me was originally so that Iroha Inc. could take over and absorb Saejima. What became clear during the planning phase was that Minato was the one who desired this more strongly than anyone, and was acting proactively. The reason Minato felt so strongly about it, he said he would tell me after the meeting was successfully over, but just as I was wondering if it was okay to ask,
Brother-in-law?
waiting in front of the Sugishita house were my brother Fuyuki and my stepmother. With tears in his eyes, real or fake, he clung to me.
Hey, brother-in-law, why did you do such a terrible thing? Well, we're brothers, aren't we? If this keeps up, the entire Saejima family will be out on the streets. You'll help us, right? It's awful of you to go so far as to snatch the marriage meeting and do this.
It was a convincing performance that someone who didn't know the circumstances might believe, which is precisely why a feeling of disgust welled up from the pit of my stomach.
Look, your brother is crying this much. Doesn't your heart ache? I don't know if you hate us or what, but to do something like this, what in the world?
Hey,
The threatening voice froze the air. It was Minato, whose patience ran out before mine.
I went out of my way to make sure we wouldn't have to see your faces, and yet you show up here yourselves.
What is it? Outsiders should stay out of this. Huh?
Ah, so you finally recognized me. I'm the spitting image of my father, so I figured you would.
What? Could you be that man's son?
That's right. I'm the son of the man you tricked, stole money from, and drove to a mental breakdown 2 years ago. You approached my father when he was grieving the loss of his wife, warmed your way into his heart, and then, once you'd sucked him dry, you threw him away like he was useless. You hid the fact that you were married to Mr. Saejima, and just used the money my father earned through his blood, sweat, and tears. Did you have fun?
That's...
Yes, Sagiko Saejima was a woman who had made a living by swindling money from men in various ways. She targeted weak-willed men with tearful pleas and fraudulent schemes. I see. So that's why Minato was living with his relatives, the Sugishita family. Apparently, Minato's father's mental health had deteriorated, and they couldn't live together at the moment. The reason they hadn't told me until today was out of consideration, worrying that I would be bothered by it.
Hiroto is a good person. He's so kind and capable. It's hard to believe he's your son. On the other hand, your biological son's a piece of scum, just like you, crying and pleading for your own selfish reasons. How pathetic.
She probably never imagined that my marriage partner would be related to a man she had once deceived. My stepmother was completely pale.
Miss Sagiko Saejima, the reason I offered the marriage proposal was that I intended to take over Saejima before you could. I could have moved to crush it, but Saejima is a company with a bright future if its management changes. When I learned that you were still using men as your pawns and doing as you please, I couldn't just stand by. My uncle, Minato's father, was a truly kind person. But you know, now it's not just about that. The fact that you mistreated my precious husband for so many years, and the fact that you show no remorse for it. I have no room in my heart to forgive you.
Kaede.
Like mother, like son, I suppose. Your biological son. I may like Kudzu, but I despise scumbags. The only thing I'm grateful for is that you didn't send him to the marriage meeting.
After that, my father came to get the two of them, his face pale. He saw me, burst into tears, and bowed down to the ground. Then they left as if fleeing. Now, a little about what happened after that. After the shareholders' meeting, Sagiko Saejima was criminally charged, and the police searched her house. As a result, they found evidence that she had embezzled money from Saejima and funneled the funds, and she was arrested and prosecuted.
Why? I've been getting away with it so well until now.
She became a hot topic online, known as a hyena-like woman who targeted weak-willed men and sucked them dry. The guilty verdict was handed down.
Even if she repents, society will not easily peel off that label. Incidentally, Minato's father is on the road to recovery and has apparently sued Sagiko for alimony and damages. As for her son Fuyuki, I just did what my mom told me to. It's not my fault. The shell company, registered with its address listed as a monthly parking lot, was brought to light. He was sentenced to prison for crimes including attempted fraud and forgery of private documents. And as for my father, who spent all his time trying to please his new wife and ended up losing everything.
After you and your mother were gone, I wasn't able to protect Saejima. For so long, I'm sorry for making you suffer.
He admitted his own incompetence and powerlessness and apologized to me over and over again through tears. Don't worry about me anymore. I promise I'll protect the employees of Saejima. But I will never be able to forgive you for speaking ill of my mother. For my father, who was banished from Saejima, a life of atoning for the sin of knowing about his family's embezzlement and doing nothing about it awaits.
Hirato, welcome home. Dinner's ready. It's a heaping helping of my love, you know.
Kaede, I'm the one who made 90% of this. All you did was scoop the rice that was already cooked.
Thank you. The rice you scooped for me, Kaede, it looks delicious.
Hiroto, I worked hard too.
Now, I'm doted on by both Kaede and Minato. I feel every day that this is where I belong. And now that Kaede and I have become a married couple who truly care for each other, regardless of how it started, I think, even if the wounds of the past never disappear, you can wrap them in happiness.
Hiro, you've done so well.
In my dreams, my younger self, embraced by my mother from that day, still smiles happily. I'm okay now, Mom. The warmth of that day is still here in my heart.
I made too many sweets. Want some?
Whoa, you made these yourself? They look like something from a store. I'm Kosuke Yamoto. I used to live in your neighborhood. You gave me food a lot. I can't believe the new temp is you. Dad? Where are you, Dad?
I'm sorry, Kosuke. I'm sorry. But your father's not coming back.
My name is Kosuke Yamoto. When I was in 2nd grade, my father disappeared with the woman he was cheating with. The only thing he left behind was a divorce paper with just his name signed. No alimony, no child support. He just vanished. But he said he'd come and watch my next soccer game. Suddenly, it was just me and Mom. With no relatives to rely on, we moved to a run-down apartment. Mom worked weekdays as a temp and took weekend or night shifts at a supermarket. Of course, I couldn't afford to keep playing the soccer I loved. I finished my homework and packed for tomorrow. Nothing else to do. Go to school, come home to an empty house. Just like that, my world turned gray. But then, out of nowhere, a goddess appeared. It was 2 years later, when I was in 4th grade.
I made too many sweets. Want some?
Whoa, you made these yourself? They look like something from a store. She was a neighbor, 5 years older than me. Her name was Sumire Ozawa. She offered me some food she made. Thanks. She was always kind and greeted people warmly, so I called her Lady. So good. I still remember crying the moment I took a bite. I already understood Mom was working herself to the bone for me after Dad left. So I thought I couldn't be selfish, but I was lonely. I'll save some for Mom too. I'm gonna stay up until she comes home today. Lady, those sweets were amazing. Mom loved them too.
Really? I'm so glad. Oh, hey, if you're free, wanna stop by my place? I made too much dinner yesterday, too, and I'd be really happy if you took some.
Really? Yay! Back then, as a 4th grader, I didn't hesitate to accept anything offered to me. Looking back now, I feel kind of embarrassed that I wasn't more polite. Nikujaga, my mom makes this too sometimes. You can make sweets and meals. Are you a wizard or something?
No! Do you like your mom's nikujaga?
Yeah, but she's been really busy lately, so she hasn't made it much.
I see. She's working hard every day, huh?
From then on, Lady often gave us food or sweets, saying she made too much. I started looking forward to her cooking. Eventually, being alone didn't feel so bad anymore. But then, 2 years later, when I entered 6th grade, Mom got remarried and we had to move. Lady, thank you for everything. I'll never forget you.
I won't forget you either. Thank you for always saying my cooking was good. Take care, okay?
I wanted to repay her somehow, but the sudden goodbye made that impossible. She'd cared about me without expecting anything in return. At the very least, I gave her a letter to say thank you before leaving the neighborhood. 12 years later, I'm now 24 and working as a full-time staff member at a pension-related agency. Thanks to my stepfather's good income, I was able to go to college. I'll be forever grateful. I want to make my parents proud as a respectable adult. Today's quota is... Whoa, 900 cases? And it's not even peak season yet. I work in Section 1 of the National Pension Division. We handle documents for people not employed or not covered under a spouse's plan. One morning, before work, supervisor walked in with a new female employee.
Let's get your self-intro done before we start. Nervous? A little bit.
That voice. I've heard it before. I couldn't see her face yet, only heard her voice, but something about it made me feel nostalgic. Just as I was watching her walk past, supervisor called out and she turned toward us. No way. It can't be. That lady?
I mentioned this last week, but a temp is joining us starting today. Let's all help her out as we head into the busy season. Nice to meet you all. I'm Sumire Ozawa, the new temp.
Same name. It really is her. There's no way I'm wrong. That voice, that warm smile, it's the person I've always wanted to thank. Lady, do you remember me?
Huh? Have we met before?
Crap, I sound like a bad pickup artist. I'm Kosuke Yamoto. I used to live in your neighborhood. You gave me food a lot. I can't believe the new temp is you.
Oh, Kosuke-kun! No way! I didn't recognize you at all!
Overjoyed at our unexpected reunion, I invited her to dinner without hesitation. I never got to repay her back then, and now she was standing right in front of me. I was so overwhelmed I could barely think straight. That nikujaga you made was amazing. Mom and I tried so many times, but we could never get it just right. Oops. Sorry, I've just been rambling nonstop. Also, calling you lady at work is probably weird.
I might accidentally call you Kosuke-kun at work, too. Still, you've really grown.
I'm 24 now, even taller than you, see?
So have you been doing okay since then? I always worried whether you were living happily.
Yes, my new dad's a great guy. He's always been really kind to me. As for my real dad...
Why? You said I was the only one.
Turns out he cheated again. and the woman he married snapped.
He's already paying alimony to his ex-wife, plus child support. Now he might owe more if she sues too.
It was just a moment of weakness. I swear I won't do it again.
Well, at this point, I couldn't care less about the man who betrayed me and Mom. I've always wanted to repay you for everything, One-san. If you hadn't cared about me back then, I probably would have spent all my time alone, never talking to anyone. I'm not exaggerating. When you showed up holding those cookies, you looked like a goddess to me.
I had no idea you felt that way. I just made too much, that's all.
But you did it in a way that didn't make me or Mom feel uncomfortable, right? I get that now that I'm an adult. I model myself after her thoughtfulness. It's not something easily done. From now on, please feel free to rely on me, whether it's work or anything else.
Pension work seems really complicated and hard to remember, but with you around, I feel a lot more confident. I'm counting on you, Senpai.
Please, don't call me Senpai. The little regret I'd had for the past 12 years, wanting to repay her, was finally starting to come true. But then...
I finished today's data entry. Should I start on tomorrow's too? You're done already? Yeah, sure, please do.
Before I could even step in to help, she had already absorbed everything like a sponge.
Osawa-san! I was reviewing the documents you checked, but why did you mark it for return? Nothing seemed wrong. I couldn't confirm if the person was receiving public assistance from the attached docs. I also included a note asking them to check with the ward office contact. Right, that's true. Wait, I just told you that. How did you already understand it? We're out of correction tape. I need to go to General Affairs. Actually, I already requested a new order yesterday. Sounds like there's a bit of a delay, though. No way, you're a lifesaver! Wait, by this time of day, we usually only have 40% done, but now we've already cleared this much? We might actually get out of here without overtime today.
The paperwork we deal with ranges from easy to incredibly complex. By giving Sumire, the temp, easier tasks, we could use that saved time to reduce the pile more efficiently. A lot of temps quit because they can't handle the workload here. Even regular staff sometimes make mistakes. It's just that demanding.
This kind of quiet manual work really suits me. Maybe that's why it's a good fit. Thank you for arriving before busy season. Thank you for joining this department. Our goddess, Saint Ozawa. Please accept this offering.
She's become deified. In reality, with more freelancers and fewer full-timers in recent years, our division, the National Pension Section, has gotten busier year after year. But the headcount hasn't increased, so we've had to manage with what we've got.
Thanks to Ozawa-san, things have gotten so much easier for us. She's so responsible and thorough. Honestly, she's way too good to be a temp.
I think so too. Ozawa-san. Wanna eat lunch together?
Ozawa-san, if it's okay, want to go out to eat with us? I've been wanting to sit down and chat more. Really? I'd love to.
Thanks to her warm and gentle nature, Sumire quickly became part of the team. In no time, she'd become one of us, Ozawa-san. But one person didn't like that.
You're on for the afternoon too, Ace. Ace? No way. Ugh, seriously? It's just data entry and basic document checks. Anyone could do that stuff.
The bitter comment came from Kaho Nemoto, another member of our team. She's 31, several years my senior.
Right. Sorry for being noisy.
Nemoto-san seemed annoyed at the praise Sumire was getting. Or maybe she just hated how easily Sumire fit in.
You're a temp, so don't try to stand out. Just do what you're told. Stop acting like you're so competent. Any temp can handle these tasks.
Hey, Nemoto-san, that's way out of line.
Kids these days have no respect. Talking back to a senior like that?
I only said something because your tone was way over the line. To be honest, I don't see her as a senior. There's nothing respectable about her. Sure, she works fast, but her mistakes are frequent, and supervisor often sends her work back. And when someone else outshines her, she tries to shut them down. How can anyone look up to that?
Nemoto-san, can I have a word? About this application, how many times do I have to tell you? Foreigners receiving public assistance aren't exempt from premiums. I'm sending this back. Fix it immediately. Sorry! I thought I had written it down. I just forgot. Doesn't matter if you write it down. If you don't remember it, it's useless. Try learning from Ozawa-san. Okay. What's your problems? I've been handing tougher forms than you. So what if I made a few mistakes from fatigue? Big deal.
No one said anything about that.
Also, unlike you temps who get to go home on time, we're stuck doing overtime. Must be nice. No responsibility and someone else fixes your errors. So carefree.
We get paid more and have better benefits. Blaming her for doing her job well isn't fair. The better Ozawa-san performed, the harsher Nemoto's glares and words became.
Thanks for switching seats with me, Kosuke-kun. It's hard to ask the boss directly when you're a temp.
You can lean on me more. If anything's bothering you, just say so. I asked supervisor to let me swap desks with her so she wouldn't have to sit beside Nemoto-san. I wanted her to work in a comfortable environment. I couldn't handle Nemoto's jabs. It didn't solve everything, but at least with some distance, I could see the relief on her face.
So I checked their pension history and they quit their job in like no time. Isn't that insane? Hey, but more importantly, are you bringing your phone into the office? You should really keep it in your locker.
Friday after work, Ozawa-san was getting ready to leave in the woman's locker room like always.
Looks like Nemoto and a friend from another department. Can't believe they're talking that loudly about someone's personal info. Her friend looks totally put off, and smartphones aren't even allowed in there. Nobody's gonna catch us. Oh, and there was someone else my age with 5 kids already, living on welfare. Nemoto? What? You were there? I don't think that kind of thing is okay. Talking so openly about people's private info you saw during work. So what? It's just the office. You're a temp. Who do you think you are scolding a full-time employee? You have any idea how many years I've worked here? I'm sorry, but... I don't say that stuff outside the office, okay? Mind your own business. Don't get all cocky just because the boss likes you and everyone's fussing over you. You're annoying. I'm not getting cocky. You know what? Just quit already. What? Ever since you showed up, the boss has been way harsher to me. Hey, what are you even talking about? Mind your own business, other department, and stop hanging around with young guys like Yamamoto. What? You used that creepy sweet smile and your good girl act to reel him in, didn't you? Even if I did, what's wrong with that? It's way better than acting nasty. Tch!
Meanwhile, I had no idea what was going on in the woman's locker room as I waited casually for Ozawa-san to come out. Monday morning, I ended up on the elevator with Nemoto. Ugh, awkward.
Think she'll show up today?
You mean Ozawa? Did you say something awful again?
All I said was just quit already.
God, how childish can you be? You really hate it when someone outshines you, huh? While Nemoto laughs like it's nothing, I'm boiling with anger. Praying Ozawa actually shows up, I walk into the office and immediately notice something's off.
Why does the mood feel so heavy?
Nemoto seems to notice too, frowning as she speaks. Just then, everyone turns to look at us at once.
Nemoto, finally. Finally? It's still before work hours. Come here and look at this. You've really done it now. You didn't even check the documents properly and mixed up two people with the same name, didn't you? No way! I wouldn't make such a basic mistake. You did. And now it's a huge mess.
Same name, same gender, same birth date, even the same area of residence, but different pension numbers. They look like the same person at first glance. But if you followed the proper steps to confirm their info, it wouldn't have happened.
Verifying the pension number is an absolute must. That's common sense for anyone working here. It wasn't me. I'm a full-time employee. I wouldn't screw up like that. It was the temp Ozawa. It had to be her. No, it wasn't me. Just admit it. That kind of mistake is typical for temps or newbies. Nemoto, we know it was your mistake. That's why we waited for you to come in. You probably don't know this, but from the boss's PC, we can check who handled each document. No way!
But seriously, what are we supposed to tell the client now? The form she messed up was one where paying 400 yen a month on top of regular insurance boosts future pension payouts. Since back paying isn't normally allowed, it means the real applicant missed their chance to pay.
We only found out because the wrong person called in saying, I didn't apply for this.
Have you figured out how to handle this?
Not yet. A few of us need to meet with the higher-ups right now and decide our next steps.
No way. We're already overloaded in peak season.
And now the boss and others are stepping out of the office? Can we even finish this today?
As we sit there with heavy faces, Nemoto can't stop sweating.
It's not that big of a deal, okay? I'll stay late too. You too, Ozawa? But this whole mess is the company's fault. You don't have to go that far. I can't just clock out and go home when everyone else is working late. Honestly, that helps. Thanks. All right, everyone. I'm counting on you. Nemoto, you too. Pull yourself together and focus. Yes.
And so, we got back to work, totally short-staffed. 10 cases per person per hour. There's 5 of us, so we aim for 150 by noon. But be careful, no mistakes. Keeping up speed and accuracy is more draining than you'd think, but we don't have time to complain. Even as we were glued to our screens, Nemoto kept mumbling.
It's not my fault. Not my fault.
She couldn't accept that she dragged the whole team into this. Nemoto, can you use your hands instead of your mouth?
Don't order me around. You're younger than me.
Everyone's working hard because of you. Do you even realize where you stand right now?
Nemoto, this form's address doesn't match the original data. I'm sending it back, so double check it. What?
I get that you're flustered after being scolded in front of everyone, but at least avoid rookie-level mistakes, please. And then, well past quitting time, 9:30 p.m. Yeah, it's finally done. Thanks for all your hard work, everyone.
Thanks for today.
We pushed through the entire day pretty much non-stop. Hey, Ozawa, really, thanks again.
Not at all, Yamamoto. You too. Kind of felt like being in a club activity, huh? It was fun. Nemoto, thanks for your hard work too. Don't talk to me.
Nemoto didn't say thank you or sorry, just packed her stuff and left in a hurry. I mean, is she really sorry? She seems like she's gonna mess up again. Still feeling uneasy about her attitude, I walked Ozawa home and headed back myself. But this wouldn't be the last incident Nemoto caused.
Like I said, your employee named Kaho was blabbing personal information out loud. We're truly sorry. Would you mind giving us a little time to confirm the facts?
Still exhausted from yesterday's overtime, I dragged myself into work, and the first thing I saw was the manager bowing like crazy while on the phone, and Nemoto standing there pale and frozen. What happened?
Apparently, Nemoto was talking about stuff she learned on the job at a restaurant with a friend. And by total coincidence, the woman she was talking about was seated right next to her with a friend too.
The woman is on welfare and exempt from paying pension. Kaho mentioned her name, address, and date of birth. So her friend found out she's on welfare.
Thanks to your employee, I was humiliated. This is the worst. Unbelievable. Told you so.
Told me what?
She was laughing it up in the locker room before too, talking about someone's private info from another department. I told her to stop, but she said it's fine because she's careful outside of work. It's not fine at all.
After calming the customer down, the manager slams the phone down and shoots Kaho a death glare.
Ugh, we do compliance training every year, don't we? They drill it into us. Don't share personal info or document contents, because you never know who's listening. Why do you think we make every employee go through that training? I didn't think the person would be sitting right there.
Let me guess, you didn't take Ozawa's warning seriously, because she's just a temp, right? If you'd respected her as a teammate, this could have been avoided. You brought this on yourself.
Like any full-timer will listen to some temp.
Employment status doesn't matter right now. You look down on people and refuse to listen. That's all there is to it.
She should have stayed quiet instead of butting in as a temp. Everyone acting like Ozawa's some kind of star is pathetic.
Oh, I get it. You're just jealous of her.
Excuse me?
She just couldn't stand someone outshining her. Attacking and blaming Ozawa was all out of insecurity.
Nemoto, do you know why I and the others give Ozawa tasks and go out of our way to include her? It's because, unlike you, she's someone who acts for others and has a personality you want to be close to. She's also passionate about her work and learns fast. Of course we'd rely on her. Even I work at full speed every day and contribute to the office. Oh yeah? Contribute, really? All I do is clean up your messes. Huh? Same here. I even tried nicely asking you to check more carefully. But you were like, I'm doing harder stuff than you guys. Just like what you told Ozawa. Trying to show off how competent you are honestly came off kind of sad.
They must have had this bottled up. The moment they had the chance, they let it all out.
When I scold her firmly, she sulks and takes the next day off. When I go easy, she doesn't listen at all. I'll be reporting this incident to upper management. Why today of all days? Well, maybe it's a good chance. Nemoto, you're coming with me. Upper? How far up are we talking? Starting with the department head, eventually the division director. No, I'll apologize to the customer myself, so please don't report it up the chain.
Nemoto caused a major problem for the second day in a row. But this time, there was nothing anyone could do to shield her. Alrighty, back to work. Ozawa, let's finally go to lunch together today.
Let us join too. Let's all eat together.
There's never any alone time. We each go back to our work. Not one person seemed concerned about Nemoto. thanks to the name mix-up and the personal info leak, Kaho caused the public to lose trust in the company. Management's decision wasn't a transfer, it was a recommendation to resign. Kaho, no longer able to stay, left quietly and alone. This is really it? No special seasoning or anything?
Yep, that's all.
Once things calmed down after the busy season, Ozawa taught me how to make nikujaga.
I said I wanted to thank her for always looking out for me, but I still feel like this isn't enough.
No, this is perfect. I could never quite replicate that flavor on my own. I realized I thought her cooking was so amazing because she's a good person.
You're exaggerating.
You help people without expecting anything in return. That's rare. That's why people are drawn to you. It kind of makes me jealous. Like, I wish I were the only one who knew that side of you.
What do you mean by that?
Alright, taste it. Helping others with no thought of gain isn't something just anyone can do. That's what makes her so special.